All right, so with my cylinder head still off and the interior still looking pretty gutted, we're gonna go ahead and put the dash back in. And all right, some parts. Everyone likes parts, and some good parts. ARP head studs. That's what's gonna be going back on the block here and holding the cylinder head down. That's what came out of the car right there. And this right here is the head gasket. This is an OEM Honda head gasket. I figure that's just the way to go, man. But since I still have the interior in this state, one thing that I definitely wanted to address was this hole right here. That's where the heater core was, and it leaves that hole. And so obviously I want to be blocking that up. That's this hole right here. And so yeah, I definitely don't want engine smells coming directly into the cabin. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this. This is a heater core block off plate from 1320 Performance. These guys were really nice. They had sent me this AC block off plate before. Yeah, I need to go ahead and remove all that, and it's gross. I need to clean it. I know, don't tell me about it. But so they had sent me that before, and it's a really nice quality piece. So I went ahead and bought this from them just to support a nice company. The guy who sent it to me, Jeff, I believe is his name, real nice. So yeah, I don't have a turbo on my car. I don't run the 1320, but this is just a nice plate that I'm gonna go ahead and block off. So since I don't have an extra pair of hands at the moment, I'm just gonna use this tape to hold this thing up in place, and then I'll go ahead and get the one in the firewall on the engine side. So you can see that guy down in there. Got the other one here, bolt ready, and this takes an Allen key. Let's go ahead and put it on. And real quick, y'all, if you don't mind checking out our web store, if you're interested in supporting us, buying these stickers and the t-shirt that we have up on our website definitely does just that. Thank you all so much for your support. There we go. Very cool, man. So I know my engine bay is not the prettiest, and it's like a vanity plate and stuff, but you know, it obviously serves a purpose. I don't want those engine fumes coming straight into the freaking cabin and all that heat and everything. I don't want that. If y'all are newer to the channel, check out some of my older videos. I had totally cleaned up this engine bay. And if you think it looks bad, like, you should have seen it before. It looked disgusting. And I had really cleaned it up. It's definitely gotten dirtier over time as we've still been working on this thing. I never did anything with the hood. Yeah, see, that's bad. But the engine bay looks a heck of a lot better than it did. But I know I still have stuff that I can clean up. We had more recently relocated the battery, and you saw I started to chop that thing. We just never totally got to pulling it out totally. So I need to go ahead and clean that up. And then all this black that you're seeing here, that actually happened at the last track day. The axle somewhere down on there has a little tear on the boot, and I just need to go ahead and try to find that and tape it up, glue it up, something like that, and it should be fine. But yeah. See, I've still got little dirt marks and stuff all over here, but, you know, once I finally get everything to where it's going to sit like that for a while, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up again real good. And this stuff does wipe up pretty good because it does have a bit of a clear coat to it. So, yeah, overall, very good, though. And I'm real happy with that block-off plate. So the next thing is I'm going to do is take that dash right there and go ahead and pop it in. I just kind of moved it over top of the steering wheel there, so I'm going to do the same, putting it back in. Just put it up over top the steering wheel, put it on them brackets there, bolt it down in the few locations it needs to be bolted, and then we'll go ahead and raise the steering wheel back up into place. So that's the dash back in, and pretty simple. You know, I just went ahead and put the one bolt there, one on the same on the other side, and then there's one right up in the top there. Yeah, and it's strong in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed this wiring harness up through here. This is probably the more complicated part, I guess, and really you just want to make sure all the connections are going to the right place. And I'm going to go ahead and snake that up through here, get it all coming out, and then we'll go ahead and connect up the gauge cluster. Just to give you a bit better of a view of what I'm doing here, I'm just routing that up through here. You can see it kind of wiggling through right there. And then here is the top connection. It's just kind of coming through this little space right here. That's where I pulled them all out from, so that's how I'm putting it back. This, I believe, is all going to be for the gauge cluster. So we got that. And then down in here, you'll see all that's running down. All that's running down to there. That's what was in the place of all this stuff with the boxes, the heater core, you know, the AC stuff, which is all gone now and very cool. So I'm probably just going to end up tucking that stuff up in there somehow and just kind of holding it to the dash. We'll go ahead and get the gauge cluster, which is back there, in and plug it all up, and let's see where we're at. The gauge cluster is all plugged up. The wiring is ran behind it. It is all screwed down, bolted down. Next, I just got to tackle the steering wheel here, which is real simple. Just those couple bolts there, and then line them things up, lock it down in place. I never disconnected it from the actual, whatever you call that down in there, that goes to the actual steering rack, the pinion or whatever. So that's still connected. I just got to raise it up. Alright, so the steering wheel is all bolted up there. Last little piece is this clamp right down in here. Just got to go ahead and piece that back up in there. Okay, so the dash project is done. It's back in. The gauge cluster is all plugged up. We got all the AC and the heater core, everything removed, saving that 22 pounds. We've also got the 1320 Performance heater block-off plate installed. It looks great in there. That was a cool little project. Saved 22 pounds on the interior. It just cleans everything up. It's less cluttered and crazy. I still definitely want to clean the interior a bit. It still feels disgusting sitting in there, and I'll get to that. But yeah, very happy with how that went. The next bit that we need to be tackling is the cylinder head. So I'm going to be doing the advanced cylinder heads video coming up. I'm going to be working with them. Like I said, we're going to show you the whole step-by-step process. It should be really awesome. And man, I can't wait to get that thing back on this car, button it all up, and let's go for a drive. So, be talking to you in the next one.